upon a time, there was a jackal who lived in a forest. He was an ordinary, brown-colored jackal, just like the others. However, he lived a hard life, struggling to find enough food and constantly avoiding the stronger animals in the jungle. One unfortunate day, while searching for food, the jackal found himself wandering into a village. As he roamed, he stumbled upon a group of men who were dyeing cloth a vibrant shade of blue. The jackal, curious and hungry, found a way to sneak into the dyeing area unnoticed. In his effort to explore further, he accidentally fell into a large barrel of blue dye. When he finally managed to climb out of the barrel, he was no longer the same brown jackal. He had become a striking blue jackal. At first, the jackal was startled by his new appearance. But as he stared at himself in the reflection of the water, a mischievous idea formed in his mind. I look so unique. I could use this to my advantage, he thought. The jackal then returned to the forest, but this time his appearance caught the attention of all the animals. They were amazed and confused by the sight of a bright blue jackal. They had never seen anything like it before. The jackal, now filled with pride, walked around the forest confidently, knowing he had become the center of attention. He approached the lion, the king of the jungle, and declared, I am no ordinary jackal. I am a divine being sent to rule over all the animals of the forest. From now on, you will all obey me. The lion, who had never seen anything like this before, was unsure what to make of the blue jackal. But the jackal's boldness made him hesitate. Finally, the lion, seeing no harm in following this new divine being, agreed to the jackal's claim. The other animals too were convinced by the jackal's appearance and his confident claims. The jackal was treated with great respect, and the animals of the forest followed his every command. The jackal, now acting as if he were a king, enjoyed his newfound power. But as days passed, the jackal grew more and more arrogant. He began ordering the animals to perform tasks for him, using his new status to enjoy luxury and comfort. He made the lion and the other animals work for him, and they followed without question, believing that the blue jackal was indeed a divine being. However, the jackal soon began to make mistakes. One day, while leading the animals, he started to howl as he always had before. But this time, his howl was not as strong as it used to be. The animals noticed this strange sound and were puzzled. They asked each other, why is the jackal howling like that? One day, while the jackal was resting in a peaceful area, he overheard the forest animals talking among themselves. They had begun to suspect that the jackal was not a divine being after all. Some of the animals believed that the blue jackal had tricked them, and they began to whisper to one another that they had been deceived. The jackal, overhearing their whispers, quickly realized that his deception was about to be exposed. He tried to defend himself, but it was too late. The animals had seen through his false claims. In his panic, the jackal decided to flee. He ran deep into the forest, trying to escape the animals who had once admired him. But as he was running, he lost his footing and fell into a ditch. When he got up, he found that he had lost his blue color and his original brown fur had returned. The animals saw him again, this time in his true form, and they laughed at his failed attempt at deception. The jackal, ashamed and humiliated, slunk away into the wilderness, never to be seen again. Moral of the story: deceit may bring temporary success, but the truth always comes to light in the end. Pride and false claims will ultimately lead to failure and disgrace. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like for more videos.